Hello, Fantasy Gods. Welcome back. Week 7 is in the books. We had some movers, we had some shakeups. I'm here to go over the notes here for the Drew review. As is tradition, an unofficial beer sponsor of the 2020 season is Corona. Unofficial whiskey sponsor is Makers. When you catch an L, sometimes you have to take care of business. Congrats to you, Michael. I called you ahead of time. It is a humbling experience. I'm no longer number one. Spoiler alert. Cheers to you. Wash down. Let's get started, shall we? Casey Lutz, Yahoo grade of an A+ here. Big time scoring production. Matchup was never really even close. Even if he benched Tyler Lockett on Sunday Night Football, he still would have won by 20. Herbert faced the Jags, so no surprise. He had a huge day. Could it get him back into the top of the league rankings? We shall see. It's all going to depend on, the overall review of everyone else. Chris Mansbach is who he beats here with a C grade. Josh Allen officially returned back to earth. He's not exactly the same player that he was through the first 3 weeks. But, he does have A-Rod down on his bench. Godwin fractured his finger this week. So he only has one more week of full usage out of Mike Davis before Run CMC comes back. So he gets an easy dub facing Toasted S'more. So should get him right back to 500. Madison, you got a Yahoo grade of a B. You were able to beat Toasted S'more, the aforementioned Toasted S'more. Average performance out of most of the roster. Carson Wentz came alive in the fourth on Thursday Night Football. I thought it was kind of a classless move to call out Biggs, though. He's 0-7, man. Have some class. Then Grant Bigelow, you had a Yahoo grade of a D. I don't want to harp on your team. It just makes me feel like I'm going to get bad karma. Thank you for continuing to set your lineup, though, and giving it your best every single week, despite massive challenges, and I commend you for doing that. So we move on here. Dominic, I called you out last week. Congrats on the win. I gave you the Kamish Kibosh, which still stands. I don't think you really have a chance, but you did pull it out this week. Yahoo grade of a B, but you lose Odell Beckham for the season, man. You just hit that stumbling block right there, and you still get the win this week, but it just feels like the hope and the wind is out of your sails. I do appreciate you taking down Johnny Boy, though. And John O'Connor, Yahoo grade of a B. Happy birthday, by the way. Here's an L. You got Devontae Adams, 44 points. Still can't win the game with 44-point performance. You hate to see that. Cam is looking like lost. I don't know exactly what's going on with Cam, but it is what it is, and he's your starter. So you better figure that out, because if you don't get scoring from the quarterback position, it kind of leads the way towards L-Town. Stephen Creech, I got you for a Yahoo grade of an A. It is what it is. People have their opinions about my opinions about your team. I think your team's good. I think your team is rounding into shape very well. You've avoided injury outside of Nick Chubb. Alvin Kamara is leading your roster. You've got Deshaun Watson. There's a lot of things to love. Terry McLaurin, Ohio State guy. He has shown up to be an actual threat in the passing game. So, granted, he played Dallas this week, and, that NFC East is pretty shitty, but you got him on your roster, and he's putting up points. So commend you for that. And you haven't faced very good competition all year, so I'll just throw that out there. That's outside of your control. You're winning games. You're putting up points. Alan Chikuski, D+. We move on to the team he beat. Alan, I feel like you haven't had good scoring multiple weeks out of the last few, if not all of the weeks out of the last few. So you face another 3-4 team in Kev next week. This one's going to determine which one of you falls into the pit of misery or which one is vaulted into 500 town. So just don't lose next week. Michael Williams, as I mentioned, you did beat me. We have a bit of a rivalry going on, so I have a Harvest Festival apple pie, humble pie I picked up for myself. I was 5-1. I'm 5-2. I put up a very low score number, and it sucks. It doesn't feel good. So there's that. I appreciate everything. It was a great rivalry. But yes, DJ Moore had an early 2 touchdowns, set the lead. I was driving back from the golf course. You know, it seems to be a common theme when I'm on the golf course. I happen to lose. That if I play golf on Sunday, I lose. But, you know, Julio had almost 100 yards. Running backs both scored. Both had productive days. He didn't need much to beat me. I just didn't play good this week. Cowboys are terrible. They're in shambles. I have 2 stocks of them, including my namesake. Ezekiel Elliott's fumbling the ball. Dak Prescott's hurt. Andy Dalton's hurt. His feelings are hurt because nobody backed him up. Who knows what's going on with Dallas? It's going to be a shit show. Again, humble pie. I might be looking to trade CeeDee Lamb, so look for what you want to give me. Chris Roper gets the win with a defensive touchdown from Chicago on Monday Night Football. Heartbreak for Kevin, who was savvy on the free agent wire, picked up Everett. Everett ended up scoring a touchdown in the game, but it didn't matter because Chris Roper had the managerials to start Chicago and know that they were going to get that defensive touchdown on Monday Night Football. So we move forward into Kevin's team, B+ grade. Kyler Murray is a young Russell Wilson. We'll just say it. They were comping him during the game. I see it. If he really learns to control the pocket, he's gonna be wild. They're the same size, and he's really, really good. And he's got DeAndre Hopkins. He get both TDs vultured by Malcolm Brown in Monday Night Football. Heartbreak. Darrell Henderson in the lineup and can't get the win. Drops below 500. So that's the Drew review. It was a good week for most teams. I think there were 3 teams under 100. I was one of those teams. Again, I'm not proud of the performance this week, but you know what? We put our best foot forward, and we're going to reevaluate. We're going to figure it out. Now we move forward into the power rankings. After week 7, we have a total of 5 teams under 500, 7 teams above 500. So pretty decent parity. There's a lot of contenders out there. 3, 3, and 4 teams. Excuse me. So we're gonna start at the bottom. Toasted S'more Shake still searching for that first win. 0-7. He's at number 12. Dominic, we got you. Cook me some Beckham. Maybe team name got to change, or you going to leave it there? You know, this is for 13, like Baker Mayfield said after throwing 5 touchdowns against Kevin's Bengals. I digress. 2-5. 2-5. You got a second win at the 11th spot. Alan Chikuski, Mike Hunt hurts. Your cunt probably does hurt because this team is down in the shitter. 10th place, power rankings. Going to have to be better. Run CMC's out another week. Don't lose again. Don't be 3-5. Chris Mansbach, I got you dropping down another spot here, down to the 9 hole. I look at your team. Let me pull up your roster to make sure I'm calling the right shots here. But I don't feel like I have anything to believe in a Saquon-less Saquon UC team. Mike Davis is going to be out very soon. So once that happens, you're in a very terrible spot. So good luck. I think you can start getting some wins and racking them up. We move forward. Kevin, I got you at 3-4 here. Your team can get wins. We know what Kyler Murray can do. We know what Tyreek Hill can do. We know what Travis Kelce can do. It's what is the rest of your roster going to do. Week in, week out. We want to see it. We want to see it consistently. Get back above 500, kid. Mike Williams, you got the win against me. I told you last week it was a litmus test. You got above 500. You're almost across that playoff barrier. I think that your team has real promise. Chris Roper, Fantasy Bay. Way to pull it through on Monday night. You know, I have my doubts, but your defense stepped up and you got it done. Getting that win, staying above the 500 line keeps you in the playoff hunt. At the 6 hole, John O'Connor, Gesicki with the sticky. I know you're 3-4, but look at the points. Look at the points. Look at the points. If you just go back and you look at who he's had to play and how many points against he's had, I think this team is a legitimate contender. 933 points puts him at third most points scored in the league. So he's putting up numbers, and he'll be there in the end. Madison, number one Jags ticket rep. Michael Thomas, who knows what's going on with him? When does he play? When does he play? You tell me. I got you at the fourth hole, 4-3. You're nipping at the heels of the top of the league. I can't say that I didn't expect it, but you charged through this injury-riddled beginning, so congrats on that. Number three, I got CD's nuts. I put up a shit performance, and I don't deserve to be amongst the two top teams in this league who have put up consistently great numbers. Their points for speak for themselves. So at the three hole, CD's nuts. Number two, I've got Let's Go Joe, Casey Lutz. I know you have the most points scored in the league, but out of respect for the fact that Bo Lightning has done it consistently, put up the good numbers every single week for the last four. His team's been charging, and there's no real injuries outside of Nick Chubb, who's coming back very soon. So I give Bo Lightning the number one spot in the Week 7 power rankings. I cheers to you, gentlemen. I got a loss. I went 0-5 in all leagues, so if you've tuned in for the entire episode and my sign-off, I am not very happy about it. 0-5. Let's keep it moving, fellas.